And we are live. All right, everybody, welcome. I am Jacob, aka Mr. Also. I am joined with my partners in crime, Martez and Aaron. Don't call him Aaron or he will turn green. We are the hosts of the Saturday Morning Serial Podcast, where we review and react your favorite superhero, video game news, TV shows, and movies. How are you guys doing today?
What's up? Good man. How y'all doing?
Good, good. It's hot. It's summer. Things getting back to normal. Don't have to wear a mask. Yay!
Yeah.
You fully vaccinated?
Yep. 2 weeks in.
That's good. That's good. I'm a month out and still haven't grown wings yet. So hopefully in the next month I'll have at least one wing.
Nah, I'll stick like I said last week. If anything, I'll stick to being Logan.
Look.
Healing abilities.
So
Yeah.
you trying to be Logan? You trying to be Sephiroth?
Sephiroth or Angel or any type of thing, something like that. What's that has wings? I always just wanted to fly, even though I'm afraid of heights.
Like Meteor Man.
Right. I'm only gonna fly at a certain altitude.
Yeah,
Probably
you
fly
just gonna
like
fly
about
about 10.
75 feet off the ground.
Nah, if even, cause that's pretty damn high. It's more like 10 feet.
10
You be
feet.
flying at Shaq height. Yeah, you just be flying right above Shaq head. No
Right.
higher. You be right at the rim height.
Yeah, exactly. I could be able to dunk a ball with no effort.
Speaking of Duncan Ball, nah, that's another podcast. I ain't even gonna bring that up
No,
here.
go ahead, man. Go ahead. You want to bring up LeBron James?
I do want to bring up LeBron James. LeBron James. LeBron James. What
Oh,
happened to
smoke.
LeBron James? I ain't gonna mess with that man. Listen, he dealing with enough right now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's
him,
his especially age.
yeah, him and Golden State. Sorry, Steph.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, at least they got stuff to fall back on, man. It's about that time anyway for Brian. You know,
yeah,
you close to 2 decades in.
yeah.
Tom Brady.
You stick around.
Tom Brady in NFL started a new standard. No, you quit now. You weak.
But all that Tom Brady does is throw the ball. Come on, he ain't driving down the lane dunking on people.
That's true.
He ain't running back and forth all the time. He just step back 3 times,
Hey,
throw the ball.
hey, listen to all the fans of this podcast uh who worship at the Church of Brady. He didn't mean it like that.
The
Okay, don't
views and
attack us.
opinions expressed on this podcast are our individual selves, not the whole group.
I had that same
Okay,
energy. Had that same energy.
listen.
We talk about two
He
old.
he
We talk about two old athletes and the difference
yeah,
between them.
he his opinions are his own. That's just how he feel about Brady and his weird relationship with his son and stuff. So, you know, it is
Okay,
what it is.
let us circle to today's topics.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about Loki, since Loki is coming out next Friday, or no, next Wednesday actually. They're not
Wednesday.
really. Yeah,
Weird.
yeah,
Weird.
yeah. They were not releasing them. I think it's probably some Easter egg there. But yeah, we're going to be talking about yeah, Loki, and what our expectations are, what our predictions are, and everything. If we can go through a little small series recap of his MCU journey, if you guys want to. But first time we saw him was in the Thor movie. He is all, or as far as in the MCU, we saw him as in the Thor movie as obviously Thor's brother Loki, half brother because he is, well,
Adopted.
Adopted.
adopted brother.
He, he,
Yes.
he's, he's adopted.
Yes,
Adopted.
adopted brother, and where Loki realizes his real origin, and how Odin took him from his family. Basically, Odin thought he was saving him, and raised Loki as his own, as his own, like his own son. So then Loki found out where he came from, he always wanted a throne, but since Thor was his actual son, Thor always got the favor. But also Loki didn't realize because of his mischievousness and his decision making that he didn't deserve a throne anyway. So that led him on a darker path to try to take over Asgard and do anything he could to uh, to get that throne. So a bunch of events happened where he took they gave him the tesseract and or actually no, they gave him the scepter to try to take over Earth, and that was in the first Avengers movie. He did not succeed with that, even though he'd had a whole army with him. Then after that, we saw him was in Thor 2, right? When no,
The Dark World.
yeah, the Dark World, yeah, and then where we thought which out of that movie I always forget about. I guess they fought elves and yeah, and
The
then
Dark Elves are very forgettable, but
yes,
he sacrificed himself.
yes, to defeat the Dark Elves, but that really didn't happen. He just tricked everybody and really took the throne in Asgard. And then I think Ragnarok was when we saw him after that, right?
Right.
Yeah, yep. And then Ragnarok, and then Thor found out that he took the throne, and then they got whisked off, or they ended up fighting their sister, Hela, and she put
You
him.
can call it that.
Yeah, she threw him off the
You can
path.
call it a fight.
She threw him off the path, and they went into what is that place called that they landed into a Ragnarok?
Car.
Outer
Sakara.
World.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't Scar. Scar is the was it Scar? I don't think so.
I
Yeah,
th-
it's World War Hawk.
yeah, but it was Sakara that they were on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah, they just repurposed the name because
yeah,
even though we didn't get the World War Hulk story we deserve,
right.
but the one we gotta do.
Yeah. So yeah, he was in Ragnarok and he tries to betray Thor again, but ended up coming back and help saving the people of Asgard with the ship, like because he just wanted a clout. Then after that, it was Infinity War, and then where he got choked out by Thanos, and he broke his neck.
He made an
Yeah,
actual sacrifice.
yeah, he made an actual
Made a real
sacrifice.
sacrifice that he pretended to make back in Thor 2.
Yeah, so he made a sacrifice to kill himself. Then we saw another version of him in Avengers Endgame, and this one when he stole the Tesseract, and this is the one that's going to be in the Loki movie.
2012 Loki.
Yeah, 2012 Loki, the one that got captured, but then in Avengers Endgame he got the Tesseract and disappeared, which that was the only way you can do it. There was something that I was questioning. I was like, okay, if he could just disappear like that, why didn't you just do it? Period. But I forgot he did it with the Tesseract. The Tesseract is the one that can
Had to
teleport
have
him.
Tesseract.
Yeah.
hmm
So
But
we don't know where he vanished to after that. So that is going to be, I guess, where we're going to start. I don't think we're going to start with him going to the Time Police or those
absolutely not.
or the Watchers, right? So we're going to see where he goes, what he does, and then probably like the end of the episode, first episode, we're gonna see um, why the Watchers were took him to the Time Police. What do you think?
Well,
So
oh, sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was gonna say I don't think he know where the hell he went neither because he didn't have no real mastery over the Tesseract. Even in the Avengers movie, he kind of just was making it work with the instructions he was given.
Mm-hmm.
I think he knew. Oh yeah, this would teleport me somewhere. Let me get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know where he went,
Right.
so but we'll see. I think that's what actually tipped him off to the variance was the fact that he teleported to wherever the hell he went, and then that's how the TVA got wind of the fact that something was amiss. So, but I don't know. I'm gonna let Big A handle that because he sounded like he had something wise to say.
Well, whatever he does, he messes with time that catches the time variance agency, and he has the quantum leap to fix whatever the hell he messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So, so in the trailers, you see him be DB Cooper and other real historical figures, making sure things go as planned. I'm also excited because one key thing is, yeah, he has the Tesseract. What does Steve have to do that was promised to the Ancient One? Get each thing back to each certain the exact specific point in that timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So I will not be surprised if Chris Evans make a return as Captain, is to get that Tesseract back to keep the word.
Mm.
Yeah, because he wouldn't. Yeah, He wouldn't leave that branch timeline in peril like that. So yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
But to do so, he'll have to catch Loki, or I mean
Or
that
TVA might throw him the assist.
right, yeah, because that's gonna be interesting. Because if he goes behind, damn, that that no, because I'm it's just all crazy to me now. Because if he goes behind what they did before Loki disappeared, then he would have to stop that Loki, put the Tesseract back, and then it would be fine. But only thing is that were all those actions still happen in those timelines if he goes beforehand back to where the Tesseract got stolen?
Based
Oh, this
on what? Yeah, shouldn't.
Right.
Well, that's where the wonky thing happens. Because remember that demonstration the Ancient One did in the end game? Yeah, you might be setting that timeline straight, but you're branching off, creating a new one, which what's another lead into multiverse and madness. You're gonna see all types of craziness happening because of Loki, because of this all different type of multiverses.
Yeah, because of like is that set in stone now because of what happened? Like, does he really have to fix it?
Um, yeah, that's an interesting question. They kind of back themselves into a wall.
Yeah.
I I so what it does to me, based on like what Hulk and Ancient One was talking about. If they do what they said they was, Steve does what he says he's gonna do. It'll basically undo the entire Loki show because if Steve comes
Yes.
back to that time
Yes.
and he just taps Tony on the shoulder, hey, wait a minute. Hulk's about to come down the stairway. He gonna knock the shit out of you. Stand there for a second and wait.
Right.
Hulk comes down, and then Tony and everybody escape with the Tesseract. But at the same time, you're right because if they did succeed in that one, then they never would have hopped back further in
Right.
time
They
to get the
never
Tesseract
see. They
at the
never
army
took.
base.
Right. They never took it. That's the point. The Avengers never took the cube. Loki, that was still in that line timeline, took the cube. So that has nothing to
Yeah.
do with them.
So, and you know, I don't think he's gonna go. It would be cool to see him go back to try to affect that, but I don't think he will because it would be so complicated. Because then, would he still allow himself and Tony to jump back further
Right.
to get the Tesseract
Right.
and do that, or is he just gonna put the Tesseract back then
Right.
and call it a day?
Right. I
It's
think
a
that
pickle.
if they didn't physically take it to the future, then whatever happened while they were there just was in their timeline. So, which stays in their time, they don't have to fix. Now, if they took something, they need to put it back. But Loki took it. So that's what happened in their timeline, period. The Hulk that came downstairs and did that, because that was the regular Hulk, right? So that was the regular Hulk.
Mhm.
So that was part of their timeline. And um yeah, and then Hulk, man, I can't even think about. But
See, this is what
anyway, it
sci-fi
goes.
moments.
Yeah, yeah. But anyways, only way that they interfered was where they were supposed to interfere, right? And only thing that needs to return back to that timeline is the scepter. That's the only thing.
Well, everything that's happening too also is considered past tense because it goes under the assumption that Steve already, by the time the Loki show takes place, it goes in the assumption that Steve already went back and fixed all the shit he said he was gonna fix.
Right.
unless we see something mentioned about that from the TVA, which would be fucking cool to me. Yeah, see, Captain Rogers went back and fixed a bunch of shit. You should be like him. You see how he went back and fixed
Yeah,
everything he
yeah, yeah.
messed up?
Mhm.
You should be like him, Loki. That would be a
Mhm.
cool Easter egg I would like to see. But
Mhm.
I feel like it's going under the assumption that the timelines, with the exception of Loki's variant, messing that up, has already been readjusted, and that's why TVA stepped in
Mhm.
because they deal with serious stuff,
Mhm.
multiversal threats.
Mhm.
And Loki or Lokis, which is something we'll probably talk about in a minute, are definitely a multiversal threat because their mischief knows no management.
Right. 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 Yeah. You
And
think?
I wonder. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm wondering too. Is there going to be a bigger threat in this Loki's timeline? Because in this timeline, it's 2012, and that timeline, Thanos is dusted. He's dead.
Mm,
So there's no Thanos in this timeline.
right. But that's where I ask, where did he disappear to? Because if he still, where did he disappear to with the Tesseract for it to because I don't think he could time travel, which and the Tesseract can't make him time travel either. So yeah,
No.
so he's still stuck in 2012. He just, where did he go and what did he do? Because to be honest with you, since he has that Tesseract, they he didn't have to travel time. He could have just had it for 7 years,
Yeah.
right? eight
He,
years.
I think he just random because it was an escape.
Yeah.
So he just randomly teleported somewhere to get the hell out of there. I think we won't know until the first episode because I think he probably just was. What's the first place I can think of that's not here? And I don't think it was somewhere far, like on another planet. I think it's just another place on Earth, so I can get the fuck out of here because this is my escape time. He ain't had
What
time to like
if?
think. He just like, oh shit, that's right, whew,
All
and
right.
I'm gone.
What if this whole show is him going through the same timeline that we went through during the years, and the whole time that he had this Tesseract, he interfered in things that he wasn't supposed to. So, for example, in the Ultron movie, right? So in Avengers 2, he wasn't in there. But now in that timeline, since he has a Tesseract, he can go through and mess with shit to where the Avengers lose that fight. Or he goes and he uses the Tesseract to take the herb from Wakanda to where Black Panther can get his powers back, and so Killmonger is still a Black Panther.
Well, maybe, maybe not, because like it would be cool to see him going around messing with stuff, but it also got to do with his motivation too,
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, Loki's not evil. Well, not our Loki, at least, not 2012 Loki or the Loki that we got. He's just selfish. So
But
if
he's
these things
mischievous
aren't,
too.
if they're not for his benefit though,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
then he might not do it. Like he might be what fucks around and brings some people back that we're looking for by accident for his own selfish means.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but I could definitely see him going through and messing stuff up because he's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that he's going to develop by the end of the show. Maybe not as much as his in-game deaf counterpart
Mm-hmm.
developed because that was years and years of conflicts and him becoming a good guy and actually fully being brothers with Thor and sacrificing himself. But I do think, and then also they show him that too. So
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna see the person he could grow to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think by the end of the show, he's gonna grow to be a much better Loki variant. And I use the term variant very importantly because
Mm-hmm.
they call him a variant.
Yeah.
And that's important, I think, because I do not think it's going to be the only Loki we see on this show.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think he's
They
probably
already
gonna try to
announced
stop
female Loki.
himself. Who?
Yeah,
He
we're
might
already
try
gonna
to
see
stop
the female
himself.
Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they already said he's gonna run the female Loki. He's gonna run into
Mm,
the alternate version of Loki where he's a different form. So he will run into multiple versions.
Okay.
that's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So, and it's gonna be fun to see how they execute that too.
Hmm.
So, um, so speaking of what you already said you hope Steve Rogers does a cameo. Now they have been disappointing with these cameos a little bit because we've been, at least with us, predicting them, right? So who do you guys think that will probably have a cameo in this other than maybe Thor?
Uh, I don't think we might. Well, I don't know what she's up to, Jamie Alexander, but somebody along the lines of some Asgardians, maybe like a Lady Sif,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or uh, one of the other heroes, three stuff like that. I don't think it's outside the realm of reality to see one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because we definitely know he's gonna be back at Asgard at some
Yeah, yeah,
point.
yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, uh, if we're lucky, I don't know if Idris is busy, but he does run the Bifrost, so we
Yeah.
might be seeing some Heimdall,
Yeah. Some Heimdall
at some
coming
point.
back since he passed away.
Yeah,
Mhm. Which
maybe some minor Avengers characters. Maybe, like I said, this is a new timeline where Thanos is dead,
yeah,
so he's not the humbled Loki we have because
Mm-hmm.
that humbled him with Thanos being alive. He's unleashed, so I like to see how some of these things change with like minor cameos of how things are different now since Thanos is killed earlier than expected.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
it's pretty funny.
Yeah. That's very, very interesting. I think got a lot to look forward to with that because it can go so many ways just because it's the freaking timeline.
Yeah, and
So
I just thought of another thing. Since it's the 2012 timeline, even Guardians of the Galaxy might be a little different because that Gamora never stayed in that timeline.
mm-hmm.
She jumped to 2023, so they're missing a member in this Loki's timeline. So we
Wait,
might see one
no,
Gamora.
I thought that was the 24.
Oh,
No, that's the 2014 Gamora. Yeah, that was a different timeline in 2014 Gamora that traveled back with them. That
but even then though, the fact that she is there before her and Peter fell for each other and all that
yeah.
does have drastic ramifications because that means that Ego's plan can still take effect. Because Ego still got different little markers and shit on all these different
Mm-hmm.
planets. He can still get to Peter and talk to him, and his plan could go into effect. It does have huge ramifications across the general
Oh, you mean in
multiverse of
her
the MCU
timeline? You mean in her timeline? Oh, got you.
because
Okay, all right.
Gamora, that timeline's Gamora is not there no more.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, Thanos' whole crew from that time came to 2021 or
Mm-hmm.
2020. So they don't exist in
Oh,
2014 anymore. They
no, yeah,
left.
you're right. You're
So
right.
all the shit that they was gonna do, that's what Aaron said. All the shit that they was gonna do don't happen no more.
Right,
So that's good shit too. Because
right,
Gamora and Peter, they had their thing. That's not gonna happen no more. Peter's still floating around
right.
with the Ravagers
Yes, yeah,
right now,
yeah, yeah,
So that's not good
yeah, 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 yeah.
for their timeline,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
Ego's plan could still go through if he does meet his brother, but if he doesn't meet his son. But only thing about that is if he doesn't become the Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Lord is still nothing.
Who?
Right. So Star Lord
But
would
that's the
still be
thing
nothing.
though.
Yeah.
Since he's still nothing, if Ego does get his hands on him, he has more of a chance to persuade him
Right.
because he's nothing.
Right.
He hasn't built these relationships with the Guardians and these friends and stuff. All Ego have to do is not be stupid and tell Peter that he killed his mom.
Right. Yeah. Yes, but also
If
too, Ego wouldn't know where to find them if he weren't the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because that's how he found them because he heard about them. They were on like
he got
national.
lucky,
Yeah, he got lucky. So that's the thing because he was looking for him the whole time. Now, not until they became the Guardians of the Galaxy after one, and they got the medals and everything is where he went to go look for them. So
but per that luggage, per that
logic.
luggage, per that logic, Peter has the Power Stone now. because the only reason he didn't get the Power Stone in the first Guardians movie, because remember, wasn't no Guardians yet. Peter was sent to the planet for that by the Ravagers to get the stone. He has the stone because he escaped. He goes to sell it. There's no Gamora there from that timeline to stop him and start this fight for
Right,
selling it.
right, right,
So
right.
Peter just has the Power Stone in
Yeah,
hand now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's very interesting
That's
too.
fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Now what?
yeah.
Does he go to nowhere on his own to
Right,
go ahead and sell it?
right.
You know,
Yeah,
I like this.
that's really
This is
interesting.
exciting.
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah,
it's super exciting when you really start to think about it
yeah,
because a lot of stuff changes now.
yeah. Because like you said, Thanos and his whole crew is not there because they got killed in our timeline. So, or in the Avengers timeline. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that can happen. Good stuff that can happen too. Um, yeah, that's
And I
crazy.
got a feel it's gonna be. I got a feeling the way Tom Hiddleston's talking, this is gonna be the one show that's not gonna be one season and done. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be multiple seasons because the ramifications is yeah.
It's a lot to try to cover in one season. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, yeah, they talked about the stones messing up the timeline, but if you killed the people from another timeline, that really messes shit up even more than the stone. Yeah, the stone helps you with defending the timelines, but shit, you took away Thanos, Gamora, everybody from that timeline, and now and
Got
that
crazy ass Ronin running around now
right,
with no master to serve.
right,
Ronin.
Because you're talking about cosmic order and all that. So yeah, that's important too because
yes,
now uh the what you call the home world, like he said, Ronan on that shit.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, it's a wrap.
yeah,
They through.
yeah,
Ronan
fuck,
about to go tear
yeah,
that shit up.
yeah, fuck Thanos. Thanos is gone. Okay, no, Ron is about to take over now as much as he can. So,
You know, so that's another threat. You got your Ronins now, who okay, and, he's not the biggest threat in the world, but
no,
he's still a threat.
yeah,
So now
he can
maybe you
destroy
get,
worlds with his ship.
you might get Captain Marvel showing up sooner now. Oh man, that one dude I let live back on Earth in the '90s is tearing shit up across the galaxy. I need to go handle that because I'm the only person who can. So I think
Uh,
this is a
What up?
great opportunity
Hold
for
on.
them to branch out and do a lot of different stuff.
What about the Avengers in that timeline? Right? They don't have the same threats as they used to. Right? They don't probably have the same connections that they would if Thanos didn't fight them. You know what I mean? Uh,
Mm.
Black Widow stays alive. Timeline. So does is Ultron now, is Ultron even a thing at that point?
Tony
I
gets to
think
get
he
drunk
still
again.
will be
Yeah.
because Tony immediately freaked out just because of that conflict that already happened in 2012. So
Mm-hmm.
his mind is already covering the world right now. So I still think he is still going to be on that type of tip. But I don't know if it's going to actually happen because Thor doesn't leave and go back to Asgard with Loki.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't come back later on. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have that party at his house, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. He might not make Ultron,
Mm-hmm.
but he gonna do something
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a
because
lot of
that's what Tony does.
ramifications with that. Because like I said, if there's no Ultron, there's no Vision. And there's no Vision. You get what I'm saying? There's no Vision. There's no good Wanda.
Because there is something to remember. I'm glad you said that. There is something to remember though. They don't have the Tesseract
Mm-hmm.
because Loki dipped.
Right.
But do they still have the scepter in that time? Because
Well, actually,
they
no.
took the scepter
No, no,
too.
no. So let's make this clear. The 2012 where they took the what's name is not the same timeline as the 2014 that took that Thanos is gone. Those are two separate
No, no,
timelines.
no.
Oh,
But remember, they came there. They came there to get two items. They came to get the Tesseract and the scepter, which is
yeah.
the Mind Stone.
But that in
So
that timeline, yeah. But the 2014 one
what
we're
what?
talking about without Thanos, that one is just the one where they took the Power Stone.
Oh no, I'm back
Oh,
on 2012
oh, okay,
because I'm
okay.
talking. Like because you brought up Wanda.
Oh, got you.
Like you said, Wanda doesn't happen because they took
Yes.
the scepter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got you. Got you.
And Avengers 2 technically doesn't happen.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
So So, like you said, no Vision, no Ultron, and I'm not gonna say no Wanda, but Wanda doesn't come till later because, as we know, the Mind Stone didn't do nothing but kind of jumpstart
Right,
her
gotcha,
shit.
gotcha. So since the
You know,
Tesseract is gone, period, that stuff doesn't work because they all they did was replace the scepter. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. So in that timeline,
so
it's messed up too. Yeah, really messed
no
up.
Sokovia
No,
Accords.
no, no.
It's a lot. It's
Yeah,
a lot that changes.
yeah, yeah. If you think about it, yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
T'Chaka probably still around.
Yep, yep,
Yep.
yep, yep, yep. No T'Challa getting
Domino
Black
effect.
Panther that quick. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. We just think about those timelines and what they broke. I mean, it's just the people they take away it has way more, a lot more impact. Just that test than that. I mean, even that Tesseract being gone, has a lot of impact on that timeline.
Yeah, and that's why I said this Loki show. That's why Tom Hiddleston's saying, "Hey, this is not." He's talking like, "Yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
not just going to be a single season
Mm-hmm.
show. It's
Mm-hmm.
It
not
can't be.
WandaVision or Captain America now."
Right.
I'm glad. I'm glad because it's not something small and digestible. So that means that they're gonna take it serious, and I like that.
Right.
I'm still thinking about the ramifications now. To me, Killmonger did because say he go through with his plan and he show up on Wakanda, but T'Chaka's still alive. Oh shit! It's the boy I left. Hey, kill him. Kill him right now.
Yo,
And
that's
T'Challa will
messed
be like,
up.
yes, 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 father. He got the Black Panther shit in his blood already. He just wasn't king yet. So
Yeah.
he snapped Killmonger neck, no effort. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
story that story is not told.
Yeah.
Umbaku and them never get their chance to shine.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Wakanda stays
Man,
hidden.
Yeah. Well, kind of stays hidden. That's one of the biggest
and
things.
that's
Yeah, that's
huge.
huge.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So hey man,
A lot of ramifications. A lot of
lots of
ramifications.
them.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
I'm excited now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically that. So I have a piece of news that was released yesterday. In the sequel for the Spider-Man universe animated show, Issa
Hmm.
Rae is playing Spider
Yes,
Woman.
yes, yes, she is.
I had to look at it twice. So I was like, hold on, wait. Is she gonna be in a live action movie as Spider Woman? But no, she is actually playing the voice acted Spider Woman.
And that's cool.
Yeah. So that's some exciting news. I think she's gonna kill that role, and I think her voice is perfect for it too.
Mhm.
I wonder. So they got to bring up Sword. I mean,
So,
we already know about Sword because of MCU,
mm-hmm,
but she's the Asian of Sword
mm-hmm,
through and through.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, but
Sh-
it's still a Sony property, so they really can't reference it. It's a Sony cinematic theatrical property,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, we gotta stay within the confines of the Spider-Man universe.
And Sony don't give a damn about them details. Like,
Yep,
hey,
and
here's Spider Woman.
yeah,
yeah, and here's part two though. That news, they're working towards exiting Tom Holland again, and they're working on a Venom Spider-Man team up. So I'm like, not a good move, Sony.
Why
Not
don't
a
they
good
just
I'm
have them
over
go
it.
against each other though? I mean, because they are enemies. Yeah, they probably
move.
become allies later, but
I don't know. I just need someone to buy Sony's movie franchises so that way rights can revert back to Marvel at this point.
that's what I didn't understand about the Venom 2 movie. I like you guys. I like the Carnage thing that you guys are trying to do, but are they like doing this like it's just doing like the Venom comic and just adding Carnage to it?
That I don't know. I'm honestly in the dark about Sony.
It's challenging because you lose a lot of lore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what
With
I don't
Spider-Man.
understand.
But at the end of the thing, at the end of the day, Carnage is Venom's son,
Mm-hmm.
and symbiotes asexually reproduce. So basically, what I'm thinking they're probably gonna do is when Eddie went to go interview Cletus, the Venom symbiote probably dropped the Carnage symbiote off during that encounter. Because based on the trailer and everything, that symbiote is already in his blood.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
well, in the post credit scene, he's already talking to him as if he's already Carnage is already part of him. So I'm thinking he branched off somewhere in the middle of the first movie and just went to him. And he had no
Mm.
shit he brought because he was already talking to him like he knew him and told him I'll see you real soon.
Yeah, he was very familiar with him. So that maybe that end credit scene, a lot of times like they do in MCU, is actually a scene in the movie that's not like right at the beginning. Maybe it's like somewhere at midpoint in the movie,
Oh
or a
no, they ain't got
representative of that.
that hair is gone. They got rid of that hair.
Well, that was a good move, because everything ain't got to be comic accurate.
Right.
But especially considering when the comics came out, styles of hair and stuff was different. So he looked kind of stupid. Eddie Brock had a damn military cut for 90% of his career.
Right.
So things change.
But Woody Harrelson playing Carnage, I do like that move.
Mhm.
I
I do
like that.
too.
I like that move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of people see him in more recent roles and they can't see it, but you got to go back to Natural Born Killers.
Mm-hmm.
Woody Harrelson,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he he can play a psychotic murderer very well. So,
I just don't want him to come
um,
off like Electro. That's the only thing. Because Electro, his powers and everything and his story was okay, but Jamie Foxx playing him was just over the top.
it was weird because of the sympathetic, undertones for
Mm-hmm.
him. But it also, with that being said, Electro was more interested in the movie than he ever was
Mm-hmm.
in the
In the
comics
comic book,
because
yeah, yeah.
he's like a villain of the week. Now, granted, his
Yes.
powers are a lot stronger than they were in the movie, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, he's just a villain of the week. He got electric powers,
Mm-hmm.
and Spider-Man kicks his ass.
Right.
End of
Only
story.
only part I liked it was when Pharrell did the remix with his powers and electricity and the big fight in the city with Spider Man.
That was pretty
That
cool.
was dope. That was dope
But
as
he
fuck.
gets a second chance. Yeah, Tess missed that conversation last week when we
Oh yeah.
talked about the Sinister Six, about the 3 and 3. So the Sinister Six, if you haven't heard, yeah, the three from Tobey Maguire's is Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Sandman, and the three from the Andrew Garfield is Electro, Rhino, and Lizard for the No Way Home. So Electro gets a second chance, and like I said,
Who played
I'll give
Liz?
him credit.
Who played
Lizard,
Lizard?
It's
um,
that
uh,
doctor, some
the
dude. I
British.
can't remember his
Oh,
name.
I forgot that doctor. I forgot of it. Oh, so it was that real
Yeah,
lizard. Okay, I keep thinking about the lizard then from the Spider Man. Oh no, it was right. No, you're right. I forgot about that.
yeah. So I'll give it a shot. Like I said, the director is actually working with Sam Raimi to make sure he doesn't mess it up because Sam Raimi's doing Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, so it works. So
You you know who I feel bad for in all this? Where the fuck is Scorpion?
He in jail. He's in jail with Vulture.
I thought that was
yeah,
Shocker.
Scorpion, the one who had the scar on his face at the end
Yeah, that's
of
yeah,
Scorpion.
Doc,
the
Oh, that's
Spider-Man movie.
Scorpion.
That's
Doc
Okay.
Ock.
Scorpion.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Bokeem
Yeah,
Woodbine was
Bokeem
Shocker.
Woodbine is
Hey.
Shocker technically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I liked him as Shocker because he was more interesting. Shocker is the definition of villain of the week.
Yes.
He's a nobody,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
No matter what, dog. No matter how you slice it, he was in the Spider-Man game for
Yeah.
five
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta lock Shocker up again.
Right.
He's nobody. But Bokeem Woodbine actually made you care about him a little bit. Like, oh, he the cool henchman.
Mm-hmm.
He just take care of business and stuff. That's kind of cool. So I like that. But
Okay. And
Scorpion,
Scorpion and Chameleon. Cham-
uh,
the-
Chameleon could very well exist right now
Yeah.
because of the nature of what he do. So,
Mm-hmm.
Scorpion, I got a feeling we're gonna see him because we got Jonah Jameson now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know about Scorpion's lore, Jonah Jameson had a lot to do with the fact of him getting his powers
Mm-hmm.
as a counter to Spider.
Mm-hmm.
He put funding into trying to make Scorpion a super in order to stop Spider-Man, which is why he's called Scorpion because scorpions kill spiders.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible, especially since we got Jonah Jameson in that universe now, that might happen. But It also
Yep.
might not.
Still gotta see what happens after No Way Home. We'll see what Sony
I
decides
think
because, like I
a-
said, they're still thinking on yanking them.
after No Way
I'm
Home,
worried.
they should make an Ultimate Spider-Man movie with all of these villains, every villain that they can pull that they've been leading up to, and he has to go and get as many Spider-Mans as he can get. So that means they're gonna introduce Miles Morales. They'll go. He'll probably go get older Spider-Mans and shit like that, and we're just gonna see like 6 different costumes, 6 different fucking Spider-Mans fighting all these villains.
It's troubling.
Yeah.
Troubling. Because it's cool. It's troubling because it's cool in theory, but why does the MCU work?
Simplicity.
Backstory,
Oh, backstory. Oh
like
yeah.
in the sense that you already know who these characters are before they mix together
Mm-hmm.
because they either had a film of their own or they were in somebody else's film where you learn out who they are and everything. That includes villains too. Before the Avengers even happened, we already knew who Loki was because of Thor. So when he showed up in Avengers, you were like, oh, who is this guy? He's like, oh shit, Loki acting up again. You already knew. So when you have multiple villains, the reason that they have suffered in the past couple Spider-Man movies, uh, Spider-Man 3 I use in particular, and Amazing Spider-Man 2, you got a bloating of too many villains because we don't know enough about them. We'll take Spider-Man 3 for instance. You got Venom, okay, and you got Sandman,
Sandman.
which Sandman was great. I have no issue with his character in the movie. But then you got Goblin,
Goblin.
Hobgoblin.
Harry's Goblin, Hobgoblin, or I don't want to give him that much
Or
respect
Kid
to
Goblin.
call him the Hob. They
Oh,
call him
okay.
Kid Goblin.
Okay.
So you got three villains in the movie, and they get a tidbit each of backstory. Granted, Sandman's backstory is very simplistic, so they told enough of it that you could get behind him. Oh, he doing all this for his daughter. Okay, you get it. But we ain't learned shit about Eddie Brock's motivations, except for I'm mad at Spider-Man because he hold me. That's weak. That's weak.
Mm-hmm.
And then Topher playing him was just a terrible choice too.
Yeah.
But I'm not even gonna get into that can of worms. And then you got Harry, and his motivations are clear, but all of a sudden you're a genius now, Harry.
Right. Right.
You know how to make this serum all of a sudden out of the blue. You were a terrible student,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Peter used to do your homework. You sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden you smart enough like your dad to
Mm-hmm.
make all this shit and stuff. Mm-mm. So, and then same thing with Amazing Spider-Man 2. You had Electro, which, like you said, he was flawed, but he'd suffice.
Mm-hmm.
His backstory was built a little bit. And then you got
Lizard.
Lizard, or not Lizard. You got Harry, who all we know is that he got a disease and he mad about this disease. Like, but they don't nothing else. Like you don't learn nothing else about that Green Goblin,
Mm-hmm.
And then he shows up. Why is he even mad? Why does he want to kill Peter?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like wasn't this your man's? This is your
Mm-hmm.
homeboy, right? Why you? It just didn't. So to throw all the villains, it's good to already have them be established. So the way that they're trying to do it, like you said, Aaron, with these pre-established villains, we already know Doc Ock's motivations. We already know Electro's motivations because he had a movie to be in.
But that's what I mean
And if
too.
they do it like
That's
it
what
could work out.
Yeah, that's what I mean too. They still bring all those people back to the forefront, but then add I keep saying Falcon. What's his name? Um
Vulture.
Vulture. Yeah, Vulture. And bring Scorpion and Mysterio and all these people that were all in these villains in these movies that stuff was established. Now you're bringing them all together into one movie, into Ultimate Spider-Man movie, and now he can't fight him on his own. He has to get Spider-Mans to help him, especially the ones that are already in. Now I don't know if Miles Morales is a good pick because obviously, or are they're in the same timeline, aren't they?
As far as I know,
Technically,
Yeah,
Miles exists.
yeah,
Miles exists in Tom's timeline,
yeah,
but besides him existing, they don't make any mention to him. So
right, yeah,
Gambino,
yeah. It's his
aka the
uncle.
cat,
Yeah,
he's my nephew's out there. So and that was it. But
right.
um, if they doing Spider Verse in that sense where they bringing Spider Man in, you can bring Miles in because maybe the universe you bring him in from, he been doing this shit for a while because
Mm-hmm.
he was the ultimate universe character anyway. His Peter had died,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know. So and then he took over. Unlike the games, which I do like the games timeline a little better because they both exist at the same time for a
Yeah.
while, so he can get fully trained and all that. But you can even bring the video game Miles to it because his voice actor is his face model too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing with like the villain of that game. So you could literally bring this guy who's actually a good actor and in good shape and could play the role into the movie. Hey, I'm Miles. I trained with you for a while, and you taught me how to be a good Spider-Man. I'm a little different though. I got these cool ass electric powers, blah blah blah. So it's a lot of options they got, especially with the rights they got too,
Mm-hmm.
because that's a Sony game.
Right.
Well,
But
So
it's just wishful thinking.
yeah, I think they're going with your theory, Jay. I think they're just burning it now in No Way Home with the combining of the other two actors. Because, like I said, Sony's acting funny. We already mentioned last week they're doing the Craven movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're pre-establishing this non-Spider-Man universe. But when the contract's done with Disney, they yank them out of MCU and throw them in this cesspool of movies that I don't think they know what they're doing with.
Yeah. I don't understand the Craven movie. I get it, and like you were saying, Tez, even Craven, at least to me, is a villain of the week. So I don't know.
he has his
Morpheus too,
moments.
Morpheus too. Like I don't understand.
Well, the
In order
Quicksilver
for
didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my issue with it. There are 100 different people you could have got to play Kraven. Why pick somebody who's already played an established character in the MCU? It's a dumbass choice. It's stupid. Why would you do that? It don't make sense. I can name guys off the top of my head who would have been a better choice. What's my man who just played Gaston? In the
Luke
live
Evans.
action Beauty and the Beast. Luke Evans.
Right.
Booyah.
You know
Kraven
why
the
though?
Hunter.
You know why? I think Sony did that shit out of spite. Because like, oh, you're gonna try to use one of our X-Men characters in your shit and then kill him off, right? Just because you guys didn't have access to him at that point. Okay, we're just gonna take him and put him in our own movie.
Stupid. It's just it's bad business, man. It's some WWE type shit.
Right.
It's bad business, bro. Like,
WWE and
man, and
fucking WCW type shit.
now you're gonna be watching this whole Craven movie and you can't even learn about his backstory and take him seriously because you like that's Quicksilver.
And also kick
And
ass.
you're gonna be looking for and
Well,
kick ass. You can be looking for
if
hints for that stuff now.
I will give him credit because if you've seen Tenant, I did not know that was him in Tenant until I looked at the credits. Like, oh, okay. So yeah, he can pull it off, but still, why would you
He
cast
can do it, and it's nothing against him because he's
him?
he got
Nothing against
skill.
him at
He's
all.
talented.
Mm-hmm.
It's against them for picking him for that role in this kind of pre-established world because now when you talk about characters, Craven is one of the only people to ever body Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Period. He
Mm-hmm.
beat him.
Mm-hmm.
He's outsmarted him.
Mm-hmm.
He outplanned him, and he defeated him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he retired.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "There's nothing else I can do. I beat the ultimate prey." He retired. And if I remember correctly, he pulled a Pink Floyd after that too. But that's fucked up.
That's a different story.
In
Yeah,
the in
that's
the
another
animated
story.
series, didn't his wife try to he had to go help Craven's wife go get him out the jungle or something like that?
Yeah, because he had went feral.
Yeah.
Um, that that's weak sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, like when it comes to Craven, Craven is like he's like Bane.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Bane in the sense that he's very strong and very powerful, but that's not where his skills lie. His skills lie in
It's
his strategic,
intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
his intelligence. He's a strategist and he's a hunter. There's a
Mm-hmm.
reason they call him Craven the Hunter. He the shit at hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And thing about hunting is you exploit your prey's weaknesses, make them vulnerable, and then you attack. And that's what he did to Pete. And he
Mm-hmm.
caught Pete slipping.
Mm-hmm.
He just flat out defeated him.
Mm-hmm.
Even Pete will say this is one of the only ills I took where it wasn't circumstantial. He just got the better of it.
Right. Right. Okay.
So if they build him like that, I'm with it. You know. but they're not going to, and that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're not going to
Mm-hmm.
because they don't know how to do it. They
Mm-hmm.
don't. They just leave this man alone. Let
Mm-hmm.
Aaron
He was
get
smart about it.
resurrected in the MCU
And
as Quicksilver.
who's his motivation in that?
Yeah,
He's going against?
that's why I'm having making these faces. So I just had to think about them. I'm like, wait a minute. I read Spider-Man comics. I know Craven, but what? Who the hell? Who's the villain?
Yes.
There can't be like this is gonna be an origin story. It's gonna be how he gets his abilities because he does have mild abilities. He find like it's kind of like a Wakanda kind of thing. He found this like herb treatment
Yeah.
deep in like deepest darkest Africa that
Mm-hmm.
gave enhanced all his hunting senses and stuff. I think it's gonna be him locating the tribe. He probably gonna be like an Indiana Jones type, and he gonna get his powers, and then the movie gonna go off,
Mm.
and that's lame.
So
We've seen that movie a
he'll
hundred
probably
times.
be competing with somebody that is trying to get the same power as him, and that's going to be the villain or
There
the
you go.
other protagonist, because you can't even call it a villain because they're both villains.
I
Team
feel
of the week.
bad. 'Cause I had to look this up just now. His main arch nemesis is a rat-like villain named Vermin.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Vermin. As one does.
Yeah, this is gonna be a great movie, guys.
So you're gonna make his number one villain with the name Vermin.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's gonna be a great movie. Good job, Sony.
At least Morpheus goes against Dracula. I mean, at least, right? So,
No,
oh, he
might.
doesn't.
no, Dracula is a Marvel property. He's on the Moon Knight. We talked
Oh
Oh,
about that.
Moon
yeah,
Knight.
he
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can't bring up Dracula. That's a damn shame because Dracula should be an open source property considering he's a novel character. But Marvel gonna Marvel.
Mm-hmm. But in
Damn, because they got Blade too.
right,
Mhm.
explain this to me. So, I remember from the animated series, he got bit by a radioactive bat, right? Or was it just a
No,
experiment with the bat?
you talk about Mobius.
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
Morpheus, yeah, or Mobius,
Morpheus.
yeah.
Yeah, he had a blood disease, and he was using Spider-Man's mutated genetics to see if he
Yes,
can cure himself.
yeah.
And his genes got mixed in with a bat, and he tested it on himself, and everything went to hell from there.
All right, so
Which
that's
is why he's not dead. He's not
right.
undead.
Yeah,
He's a vampire for all definition because
yes.
does need to. I think he needs plasma more than
Plasma.
actual
Yes, he
blood in
needs
order to
plasma.
sustain his life.
At least that was with
But
the
he's not
animated
dead,
series. Yeah, yeah,
so
he
that's
needs
why they
plasma.
call him Morbius, the living vampire.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever. I mean, it's a gimmick. You're a vampire, dude. At the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day,
Right,
so whatever. But he doesn't have vampire limitations
right.
though, in the sense that I don't think he's like allergic to the sun, and stuff like that. But he does need to feed.
Like Blade being a daywalker, but he
Yeah, that's
has
what.
Yeah, and
yeah.
they were uneasy allies, and I think that's going to be relative soon too, because
Mm-hmm.
in the Night Stalkers books, him, Hannibal, and Blade used to work together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
If you can even call them a team, because a lot of the time they're trying to kill each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's mostly Blade trying to kill them, but what I digress. Um, that could be cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If they come to some kind of agreement.
But
Yeah.
how are they doing Morbius without Spider-Man? If that's the case.
Well, we already. I don't know. We saw the Vulture in the trailer, so Sony's
Maybe he
gonna Sony
did get his hands on some of Pete's blood somehow.
Mm,
I don't know.
okay.
probably gets it from the Vulture or something. Vulture probably makes some sort of deal and tells him Spider-Man is.
How's the Vulture get it?
Well,
The-
Vulture knows
Well,
who
I mean,
Spider-Man
shit,
is.
he might have had some on his wings. Remember, he was beating the shit out of Pete at the end of
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be too hard to get a blood sample with that fight, but
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how that conversation went with Disney. Like, yeah, we're gonna be using Vulture and Morbius. Like, yeah, do not work with us again if you do. That's probably what happened.
Mm. They took that big of a leap, huh? All right.
MCU. So
Yeah. All right. Let's stop talking about bad movies. What what other news you got, Aaron, for this week?
well, news. I don't know if it's really news, but at least we're getting hints. This is video game related, but we're getting hints at Mortal Kombat 11 Combat Pack 3, which I hope actually does happen. And Ed Boon teasing that he really would like to put Omni Man in there.
Omni
Omni
Man.
Man
Okay.
in Mortal Kombat 11.
Wow. These guys, yeah.
OP. OP, dog. That should be disgusting to play with, bro.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I just want a finishing move called Think. Think.
Oh, bro. I want to encounter with him and Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn talking shit about taking over Earthrealm. I don't think you understand. Earthrealm's not yours to conquer.
Right.
Dog, oh, and it gotta be him to voice it. If he don't voice Omni Man, bro, I'm not here for it. I
Mm.
will boycott it.
Well,
J.K. Simmons has got a voice, bro.
yeah.
I'm here for it. I hope they do it because that would be amazing to me.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what's in the pipeline for Injustice because usually every couple of years it's either Injustice game or MK game, and they just been focusing on the combat packs. But if they were to drop another Injustice and have him as a Superman alt, like they did with those other packs where they had the alt packs and they literally were different characters, that would work too because you already have a pre-existing move set. But I would like to see him in Combat Pack 3 because why not? He popping right now.
Or they can put in
But
Rick Grimes from Walking Dead. I'm just kidding.
Mm, don't give him ideas.
it's not outside the realm of reality. I mean, we got Negan in our Tekken, so what are you gonna do?
Oh man. A little bit of bad news that I have. Well, it's bad news depending on who cares about it. The Powerpuff Girls had got recalled because they didn't like the script. So they're
Oh
revamping the
no!
whole
No, not the
the
script. They
pilot.
didn't like the pilot.
The
They
pilot,
filmed the
yeah.
pilot.
They
The shit
filmed the
was hot
pilot,
trash.
didn't like it. It was trash, so they pulled it and they're gonna rethink it now.
That
Yeah.
makes me hopeful actually because if you can recognize that something's bad enough that you need to change it, maybe there's hope.
Yeah.
You know,
But that
And,
just tells me that they didn't have great writers.
yeah, and it
maybe
leads
maybe there's
into
hope.
what I was brought up last week. CW's on life support.
Yeah.
I don't. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make business sense for the CW as a channel to remain. Parties involved are now rivals. The C and CW, CBS, which is Paramount. They have their own streaming service, Paramount Plus. The
Yep,
W is
sure do.
Warner Brothers. They have their own
Which
streaming
has some pretty
service.
good stuff on there, I might add. That's just a little caveat to throw in
Yeah.
there. If you haven't watched it, just throwing it out there. Why Women Kill is a great show.
Okay.
Mhm.
They just started a season 2. Just throwing it out there. But I
Okay.
digress. Like you
No,
said,
no, you're good.
CW shouldn't exist anymore. I agree because it don't make sense fiscally.
Mhm.
It just don't make sense. I agree with them 110%. Especially since they done lost a lot of their big guns.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's on CW right now? It's not
Flash.
Flash,
syndicated.
Lo-
Flash, uh, Legends of
Walker.
Tomorrow,
Flash is still on?
Walker. Yeah.
Oh, you missed that part last week too.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little news for you. The first 5 episodes of the upcoming season in the fall are standalone crossover episodes with other Arrowverse heroes.
So it's supposed to be
That's
Oh, they're drowning.
Crisis. Crisis. Yeah. Then
yeah.
they.
So
They're
it's
drowning.
they're not. Yeah, they're not a combination. They're standalone episodes like the Super Friends. So
Yes.
we
Yeah.
get one episode of Black Lightning. Next
Yes.
episode's like with Supergirl. So
No.
yeah, no,
No.
life support.
Yeah. They still got no. And Supergirl's not going to be next. Supergirl's canceled after this season. Um,
Well, at
and
least we know she's still alive, so
yeah.
she's up on the force.
Right. I think Batwoman's still there. Is going to be there next season. Um, Black Lightning's gone. They don't have that
Yeah, he'll be
anymore.
back.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's actually signing on to another show. So, but he's not having his own show anymore.
Well, there's always room for you over at the MCU, brother.
Mm-hmm.
They'll find somewhere for you to go.
What's the name? Exited the Flash. Part
Valdez, who
Valdez.
plays Cisco,
Yep.
and
And the other guy too, the one that played
Wells.
Wells, Harrison Wells, he's gone too. So Now they got a bunch of whole new characters that they trying to do it like they did Arrow, where they had the separate three to come in later in the second half of the seasons, but they did a hell better job bringing those guys in than they're bringing the new people in the Flash, in my opinion. So
Too much at once.
Yeah, and I think it's a desperation move. I don't know why they did this, but they also announced that CW will be a regular network with shows airing 7 nights a week.
Mm.
What shows?
And you stretching yourself thin. Where's Booster Gold at, man?
Not
he should
happening.
have been the Flash.
I thought they were supposed to have a Booster Gold show.
I
Yeah, it was
thought,
supposed to come on Sci-Fi Channel, and that they said the pilot was trash and they threw it away.
yeah.
It's bad when Sci-Fi calls something Jack Harnage. You know you must
Mm-hmm.
have.
Booster Gold would have been very interesting too, man. They should have introduced him in Arrow or something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
Booster Gold is awesome.
Yeah.
He's I mean, he's an asshole, but
Yes.
it's awesome because
Yeah.
that story writes itself.
Mm-hmm.
Guy from the future goes back to the past to be a superhero.
Yes. Right.
I think they could still do it through Legends of Tomorrow because, like I said, it's a rotating door.
Yeah.
That's
It's
true.
an anthology series.
That's very true.
They could do that.
And considering the nature of that show, they could definitely, because they do the same thing that he do,
Mm-hmm.
except for they do it good and they do it well.
Mm-hmm.
He sucks.
And
He did it
they could
once and
easily
now
write
stuck.
it. He sneaks on the ship, hides on the ship, lands on the future where they're at, and he becomes a superhero. It writes itself.
It's brilliant. It does write itself.
You know what I mean?
It does. He sneaks on the ship with them,
Mm-hmm.
and when they stop back to the current time for whatever,
Yep.
refuel or whatever they got to do,
Yep.
he stays.
Only thing
That
is
it
that
does
they
write itself.
introduced the time police, which I hate because it stops them from doing a lot of shit. So probably not because they got the fucking time police. So
Yeah.
I mean, they already jumped the shark way back, so they jumped the shark with what's my man, the pyro one.
Oh.
Heatwave.
Heat Wave, yeah.
They jumped the shark with Heatwave being the damn bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this is last season. This current season is his final season. There.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's another thing. Yeah, he's out of there.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, he's out of there. Yeah, he got tired of the show. He got tired of
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's huge considering that he is a staple.
Yeah,
in this kind
like
of thing.
they're pulling Diggle into the show, and I think he's some type of superhero too. Yeah, they're pulling Diggle into the show. So
Ugh.
Yeah, he's just
No,
gonna make a
DC
guest
got
appearance.
DC has like 1,500 heroes, bro, and y'all just pulling the weakest ones. Like it's so many people, dog. In Justice League Unlimited, it's literally like 300 Justice League.
Well, this was brought up too last week. I'm hoping things will change now that this name sucks, but the new name for Warner Brothers is Warner Brothers Discovery. It's official. Hopefully, if they don't sell DC Comics, they're having discussions of selling it off completely now. If they decide to keep it, hopefully they do the opposite of what AT&T did when it comes to those properties. So the ball's in Discovery Channel's court.
It's a lot of buying news because I heard it through the rumor mill that Disney was looking to buy DC, not
Yep,
films, but DC,
DC
like
Comics and
the
yep.
comics. And that is a can of worms that I am happy to open
Mhm.
because
And it
then we
wouldn't
could
be,
get stuff like
and it's not antitrust because how many other comic book distributors and publishers are already out there, so Disney can do it. But it's
they
all
can do it.
so
And
so I could finally get my Batman versus Iron Man movie, the poster I made in 2012.
yeah, they'll make it
Yep.
fair somehow, even though I think that's a mismatch from the beginning without prep time.
They both have to
Without
prep for
prep
each
time,
other.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Without prep time, it's a wrap, dog. You got a nigga in a bat suit with mild Kevlar versus a tank
Right.
walking.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mismatch, dog. Now, granted, they take the suits off, Bruce will beat Tony's ass up and down the block.
Mm-hmm.
But if they got their gear on and Batman don't have prep time, it's no chance, dog. It's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll find a way to make it fair.
Mhm.
That's what they do.
Well, they made
That's what they
Batman
did with
versus
the Marvel
Superman
series.
fair.
Crickets. Beep, beep. Beep.
See, but even in the comic books, Batman doesn't have any illusions. Unlike his fans,
Mm-hmm.
Batman knows the reality of a situation. He
Right.
even tells Clark, the only reason that I beat you is because you are a good person
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that you wouldn't just fly in here and tear my head off right from the beginning. You give me an opportunity to use my stuff. And that's why I beat you. He knows that if Soup decided just to fly into the Batcave one day and turn that cow all the way around,
Yep.
that would be the end of it. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, prep time this and Batman's a god that and he sat in the Mobius chair and he knows everything that's going on this and toxic fan base that. So whatever. You know, it
And
is what
I
it is.
and I implore everyone out there to yeah, catch up on also Superman and Lois. It really got interesting, and DC live action could redeem another DC superhero because their movie was trash. That's all I can say through that show. So I'm very happy with
Well,
DC
I
finally.
think that if they do continue, I really hope that they do go off of the Superman and Lois blueprint. Like I said, Superman is already an icon. They did it with the gamble with Arrow, right? Let's split that timeline, them from that timeline, and let's start a new one with that Superman show.
Nope, because the third episode of The Flash, as you guessed it, Superman and his son, they are confirmed to be in the same timeline. So
But the show looks so different. I don't understand it.
yeah, I said they'll address it. So
It's
only
like
thing
it's like they're gonna have to change cameras every time Superman gets on.
either that or say screw it and they just rework the complete Flash show. I mean, half the original cast is gone. Hell, even I'm hearing that Frost, the actress plays Frost.
Yeah, they killed her character
Yeah,
in
she's gonna
Which
story.
be.
one?
Yeah, there. She's gonna. Yeah, she's behind the scenes director now. So I guess now's the time for a drastic change for that franchise. And
Mm.
Barry wasn't always that comical. He was kind of dark as a.
Yeah,
I've
it
seen
got
his
really
movie.
cheesy, man. It started
Yeah,
to get real cheesy.
yeah, if they go back to the way he is in the actual comic, like he's a little lighthearted, but he's still dark due to his
Mm-hmm.
past. That's his son Bart, the grandson Bart. That's the comical, goofy one.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, they did introduce. So
They're
yeah,
also
yeah,
they're also bringing back his daughter, right, for the
yeah.
future.
They're both back. Yeah,
Yeah.
they both came back this week. So
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy about that, Jay?
Oh yeah, I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that. Um,
I
but yes,
mean, it's a lot though. I mean, CW man.
like I
I
said
mean,
last
what else can you say, bro? Like it is what it is. I guess it's
yeah,
just
like I
like
said last week, they're just suffering from having too many episodes and trying to make too big of a story. They got competition that can make better stories with a short amount of time, and they have to live up to that. And it's really hard to do.
the end of the day, like I said last week, when the CW started their era first, they started a blueprint showing
Yes.
that you can make a good TV show and interconnect them with other properties.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're being served by their competition, saying, "Yeah, you're right, we can do it. Let's run up you."
Yes. And do it shorter episodes and
Exactly.
pull shit from movies,
shorter
which you guys can't do.
and shorter series in general. I mean, well, I don't know if I spend less money because they production value was exceptionally higher on their
Mm-hmm.
TV shows. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like watching short movies, so I
Yes.
can't go that far. But um, DC, if I'm DC Entertainment rather, not because they separate from the comic brand right now, I would focus on nothing but what I'm good at, which is my print stuff and my animated shows and animated films because they knock them out the park almost every single time, bro.
But not just that too.
And
I think they should get away from CW period and
agreed,
move everything
because
to the
CW
DC
has
shit.
ulterior motives,
All right.
like they at the end of the day they'll always be, and I hate to say it like this, but they'll always be the pretty people network.
Mm-hmm.
Like as long as the people playing the people are aesthetically pleasing,
Yeah,
the
and
stories we writing don't matter because you're looking at these fine ass, guys and girls. You'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the majority of they lineup
Mm-hmm.
has always really been that. Even when our shit was on there, which was it's just a good show, but
Mm-hmm.
it was very much fan service for the ladies,
Mm-hmm.
supernatural.
Mm-hmm. Even that, before
So
that, Angel, Buffy, like,
Angel, Buffy,
mm-hmm.
all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now they just happened to get lucky into jackpot because those shows were good too.
Right. Even
You
Smallville,
know,
even Smallville too.
it's, we're not talking about Smallville, Jay. I'm not about to do this with you again, man.
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying. I'm just saying. With your point, they just had
No, I
good-looking
agree
people
with
play
you.
the
I
characters.
I I,
yeah,
I agree with you 110%.
I might be showing my age, but Smallville was yeah, they completed their run on CW, not WB, right?
Yes, CW. They completed it
Yeah,
on
Okay.
they
CW.
completed on CW.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah, so I
mean, they
said
only was on for a
8
decade.
years.
Right. Yeah, it was 10 years.
I mean,
Yeah.
Before it was a decade before he got the suit.
Right. And they didn't even show his
That's
face.
just
that
yep.
channel was just born out of necessity. It was the WB and UPN. Both of them were up Shit's Creek with the viewership and
Agreed.
decided, I'll take our good
I
shows.
agree.
We'll take our good shows. Let's work together. Now they don't have to do that
Somebody
anymore.
Yeah.
save
They
me.
move. They move all
See
these.
the
They move all these things to all these shows to their streaming platforms. HBO Max should be good.
Hmm. Yeah,
and that's a bigger problem
and CBS moved
because
their stuff to Paramount Plus.
Right. That's it. Let's
and
move it.
Paramount Plus is
Good.
cheap too.
Yeah, it's $4.99.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
So
not for
it's
long.
cheap.
I mean, they're getting, like I said, Paramount as they bought back CBS, so they're one whole company getting CBS and Paramount Pictures. So
mm,
it won't be cheap for long.
all right. Well, yeah. So, any more news that we got before we hang it up for today?
Not that I know. Oh yeah, late one I saw last night with Nat with about Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, she officially said that Black Widow will be her swan song in the MCU. She's out.
Mm,
So
well,
just
That
give her her flowers
makes
and go
sense
out and see the movie.
no.
because yeah, I mean, what else is there for Nat to do?
Right, right. I mean, she's dead
That
anyway.
Hmm.
she's permadeath. She's
Yes.
one of the only permadeath characters in that entire
Yep, yep,
franchise.
yep, yep. All right. Yeah, so
So
yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, a lot of things come to an end. So like they had 3 phases of movies, right? So like they've done enough. Over 10 years playing the same character.
Yeah, and looking at the rap image for Thor: Love and Thunder, I guess we're gonna get the third phase of Thor. We had Buff Thor, Fat Thor, and now we got Super Swole Thor.
Super
You see
Sword, The
that?
Rock, Thor.
Super Swole. I'm like,
we got super swole. I skipped leg day, Thor.
Yeah, he was like, forget
Yeah,
Fat Thor.
he swole as shit though.
Yeah.
I get yeah but and so is Jane.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
like she's supposed to be, but man, them Natalie Portman set photos, I was like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
she's not playing at all.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Chris
I
Hemsworth's like
respect
that in
that.
the Last Man Standing in the originals,
Mm-hmm.
That's
because
true.
even Hawkeye he's bailing out after his show.
Mm-hmm.
Haley Stanfield and getting
Mm.
out of there. Jeremy Renner he's out, so now
All
it's
right.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, but the thing about Jeremy Renner is he got so many options on the table at any given moment because he's bankable, man. You can bank on Jeremy Renner, dog. Like
He better stay low. I mean, he got Me Too recently too, so he just
But
better stay
also,
low.
there was another thing too. Him and his co-star in his show didn't get the one that played his daughter did not get along on set at all
him and
either.
Haley Steinfeld,
Yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm.
No, not Haley Steinfeld. The actual movie is the one to play this little girl in that.
Yeah, the one that acts. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's laying low. He got Me Too, so Hawkeye's getting out of the way for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give him the
Damn,
boot.
that's
Oh,
crazy.
did you guys see the news about Tessa Thompson and the director? Are
Man,
they?
I don't even. Man, Disney sorry if we ever expect to get Disney checks, we're not gonna get it. Like I
Right.
said, views and opinions are solely on my own. But
Yes.
Excuse me for saying this, but fuck Disney. That was that man's day off. He can do whatever the hell he wants. I'm
And
done.
paparazzi caught him. So Martinez, I don't know if you saw or not,
What,
but
so what happened? I need
so
to know what
so
happened.
Tessa Thompson, Rita Ora, and the director of the movie that they're doing of Guardians of the Galaxy. Is Guardians of the Galaxy? No, Thor:
Thor:
Love
Love
and
and Thunder.
Thunder. The one that
Who,
did
Taika Waititi?
director. Yeah, they were all making out on the balcony.
Ooh.
Yeah, the three of them's making out. I'm like, okay, it's
Yeah.
that
Wait a
man's day
minute,
off.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Do y'all know y'all fan base? I'm definitely going to see that shit now. Are you kidding?
Well, only
Wait a minute, hold on.
the paparazzi was the one that caught them.
And Disney
This is day
reprimanded him.
off.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't on set. Was it on set?
No, they
No,
were just chilling on
Damn,
balcony.
cheers.
Yeah. But
Bro,
Disney reprimanded them for it.
bro, he is a god now. Okay? Okay? He is a god now. Rita Ora is astonishing. Tessa Thompson is astonishing. Okay, are you kidding? I'm
Yeah.
going to see that shit day one now, bro. With a I
Like,
ain't
this is
even wearing an
publicity.
MCU shirt. I'm wearing a Taika Waititi shirt that day, bro. Are you kidding?
This is positive publicity.
Disney
There's no
reprimanded
such
him.
thing as bad publicity, bro. And this wouldn't be bad either way, bro. That just means they close on set. It's
Right.
gonna be a good movie.
Yeah.
No, Rita Ora is his girlfriend.
Yeah,
It's
Rita
like,
Ora is his girlfriend.
This is Offset. Yeah, on his day off.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's why I said Disney can go to hell. You're gonna reprimand someone on their day off.
Right.
That
It's
man
his
was doing
day
that
off
on his day
for one.
off.
And it's paparazzi. Like that can happen to anybody,
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
just because these people are famous and two of them are part of your franchise one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just bitching the bitch. But
I thought, is it Rita Ora
it's
going to
day
be in that
off.
movie too?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't doubt it.
Okay.
She'll probably pop up in the MCU because of him at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make her some attractive alien. It wouldn't even be weird.
Yeah.
Man's getting it
Put her
in.
somewhere.
He's living out a guy's dream. You got two hot stars making out with both of them on his day off.
Right.
Absolutely. Disney can go to hell. Somebody tell me what to do on my day off and reprimand me on my day off. That's not affecting
He's like, hey, I'm cool. Do you want to make out?
way.
Right.
Affecting your company in a negative way.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
That is amazing, bro. I am so here for it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well.
hey, how you doing? I'm cool. You want to make out? You my wife? Make out in the corner? Huh?
Wouldn't be surprised this Taika Waititi's last time working with Disney on that one. Like,
Oh man.
I'm out.
Man, I bet Chris was like, wait a minute, did you? Oh my God, are you serious? It found it, man. Bro, that's amazing, bro. I am for it, dog. It's like there's no negative to this news. It's like
According to Disney, there is. That's all. But to a regular person and a regular fan, I commend him.
I promise you, if he would have got caught by paparazzi making out with just two regular chicks at the bar, this wouldn't even be news.
No, it wouldn't.
They wouldn't have said a thing.
Just because it's
But
his,
because of
it's his
Tessa-
employee. Because he's a director and she's an actor. That's it. That's the reason.
The filming was wrapped. It's over.
I understand that, but at the same time, the look isn't great because if you think about it, and I'm not saying that I agree with this, but it's the same thing as a boss kissing an employee.
After shoot's over with and they're officially done.
No, I know that. Yeah, I know.
This is not a Robert Pattinson situation.
Yeah. But Disney, that's the way they look at it. So I don't know.
Chris Hemsworth just kind of breathed this thing because he was he was part of that. He was on set to see that too.
Right.
You stay away from Chris Hemsworth. You cheat on people.
Right.
Nah, but yeah, I agree with you, Aaron. It's like where's the distinction between my professional life and my personal life?
Right. That's a whole nother story. Yeah.
We're friends outside of the film.
Right.
We had fun. We was probably drinking
Mhm.
and we had fun and made out. Whatever
Right.
it is, what it is.
Mhm.
It shouldn't have nothing to do with the production or the advertising, marketing, and nothing like that. It's different than say Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing, which their personal stuff poured over into their professional stuff because it's affected them getting work. You
Right.
know, people not trying to hire Johnny Depp because of these things. People not trying to hire Amber Heard. That's something else. This Taika Waititi made out with two hot chicks, and he's a legend.
But
Leave
eh,
it
but
alone.
then
That's it.
also too, they got caught by paparazzi, right? It's not like that they
Yeah,
posted a video themselves of them making out, right?
exactly.
So just because somebody was in the business, they got caught or not
And
caught.
that,
It just got they got there's pictures taken of it.
well, this just reminded me. May have to save it for next week. But yeah, there was another last piece of news I forgot to mention since we brought up Robert Pattinson. Apparently, the first cut of the Batman film, it's trash, and they're about to do reshoots.
Yeah, they're doing reshoots of it. Yeah. So
Damn, already.
yeah,
Who,
there's been
now
so
who's
many
directing
problems with
that
this
again?
movie already though that
Yeah,
Who, who's directing that again? I can't remember.
Matt Reeves. He did Cloverfield and a bunch of other movies.
yeah. Yeah, that there's been already been so much trouble with that movie already. Was there a problem with Robert Pattinson not being in shape or something like that?
Not being in shape, he
Yeah,
smashed the actress who played Catwoman. Like I
yeah,
said, yeah. And so on the Batmobile, violating COVID-19 policy. That's why I said this is not a Robert Pattinson situation.
right,
With the Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz situation getting caught on set on the Bat.
right,
And he doesn't show up on set on time. It messes up his lines, all that stuff. They hate each other, the director and
right,
Robert
right,
Pattinson. So them forcing them to do reshoots, I say just cut your losses, drop a horrible movie, and
right,
move
right, right,
That's odd. I
right.
don't know what's going. It must be something personal between Rob and Matt, because Rob is good. Like I know
on.
he get a lot of crap because of his past, with Twilight, but he's so far removed from Twilight at this point, bro, that he done had nominated films, like award, like at like high level award, winning indie type level films. He's got the talent. I wonder
You
what's going on with that.
you hit the nail on the head. You said the keyword indie. If he has improvisational rights, a little bit more free roaming things, yeah, he's good. But being directed, being told no, that's not right. You got to do it this way. He has problems with that, and it's documented.
Oh, so he has Edward. He got that Edward Norton syndrome
Mm-hmm.
then.
Like, no, you're part
Because
of a big franchise. You can't go freewheeling off of that. It has to cohere to a certain standard. You can't improvise.
You are not Ryan Reynolds, and you're not playing Deadpool. So shut up and do what the fuck I'm telling you to do. That's exactly what's happening. So yeah, as Ryan Reynolds, yeah, that's what they did. They improvised a lot of that shit. So
Yeah,
like 90% of it.
mm-hmm.
But hey, when you a producer,
Yes,
get away with whatever you want to. You can do
right,
whatever you want with your money.
right. And it's Deadpool. I mean, it's satire. It's supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be shooting for the hip. So, all right. Well, with that, I want to thank. Oh, anything else? Sorry.
nope. I'm through.
Oh, okay. Well, with that, thank you guys for
Nothing I
what.
can think of.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching the Saturday Morning Serial Podcast. Remember, we're here every Saturday morning like a 90s cartoon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you're at or wherever you're watching, either on Facebook or on YouTube. Um, thank you guys for watching again. Next week, we will be reviewing the first episode of Loki. And so stay tuned for that. And yeah, see you guys next week. Peace out.